Hey guys, welcome to DevOps School.
But before we begin, let me inform you few things about us. DevOps School is one of the leading platforms which offers DevOps, cloud and containers technology training and certification programs for freshers and established professionals who wish to update and consolidate their skills in the dynamic IT scenario. We ensure that the training solutions are delivered by highly experienced domain experts with practical working experience in various verticals. Check out the dates and enroll with us for our upcoming batches. For more info, link and contact details are mentioned in the description below.
Okay, so now we are focusing on one of the component, which is Elasticsearch. Okay, and that's the most important one. So what are the things we are going to do? So we are going to learn searching and analyzing the logs with Elasticsearch. Okay, so let's start with it. So now I'm going to show you some of the brief history of search. Yes, search. So look at this here, 1945. The concept of indexing was introduced. 1970 also ARPANET, the internet came network. 1991, Tim Berners-Lee combined the hypertext, TCP and DNS to imagine the www, that means internet. And 1993, primitive search engine, linear search of URL and basic ranking got started. 1993, Excite improved search by using some statistical analysis of word relationship. 1994, Yahoo offered the directory searches. That is a thing. I think 1994 also Lyco started the search depends on the based on the ranking and matching and all stuff like that. Alta Vista got introduced in 1994. Inktomi, which is a pioneer in the paid inclusive model, 1996. Ask.com, 1997. Google, 1998. And today we have a multiple search engine: Google, Bing, Baidu, and Naver and Yahoo. So all these search engine we have. So the question is, how does the search works? Okay, how does the search works? So remember that the objective of the search is to find the most relevant document with your search term. Okay, that's the objective. So here, these are the phases what we do in order to find out the most relevant document for search terms. What are those? So first thing is know of the document existence. Second one, index the document for lookups. Third things, know how the relevant the document is. And fourth one, retrieve rank by relevance. Understand that first we have to identify the document is existing or not in order to do the relevant document for search term. Then index the document for lookup, stored, and then finally you do the relevance score. So set this, know how the relevant the document is. And fourth one, retrieve ranked by relevance. So this is the 4 steps which you do that. So now know of the documents existent, that's primarily is done by crawler. And index the document for lookup, that is done by inverted index. Third, scoring, know how the relevant the document is, that is done by scoring. And retrieve ranked by relevance, that is done by search engine. Okay, so these are the 4 steps which you do: crawling, inverted index, scoring, searches. Again, these are the ways to most relevant document for the search term. Okay, so now you must be wondering why I'm talking about the search engine. So basically, search is not restricted to the web only. Yes, you might have seen the Flipkart, Amazon, WordPress, or many websites. They have a site searches also, right? So they have a site searches like e-commerce website, video website, e-learning website. They do have a site searches. So now the question is, how can you implement the site searches? That's a question. How can you implement? So when you wants to have your own applications and you want to implement the site searches, so how can you do that? So there is one concept which is called inverted index. This is the one. Inverted index is a process where index the document for lookup, and that's called an inverted index. So here, let's discuss a little bit about the inverted index. So inverted index consists of a list of all unique words that appear in any document. Yes, it's a list of all unique word. Okay, in any documents, and for each word the list of documents in which it appears. Inverted index is created from the document created in Elasticsearch. Okay, so in Elasticsearch is being created inverted index. Look at this here. These are the phases which we have. So inverted index is created using a process called analysis, tokenization, and filterization. So first thing, you tokenize this. Second thing, you filter this, and then you create an inverted index. Okay, so that's the process. So look at this here. In this slide, you have three documents. One is Stark, one is Baratheon, third one is Tyrell. The words which is being used in the document Stark is winter is coming, Baratheon Ars is fury, and Tyrell growing strong. Okay, so these are the, are you able to hear me, Amit?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Yeah, so there are three documents, and the words is winter is coming, Ars is fury, this fury, and growing strong. These are the three documents which we have, and like that. So now, if you look at this, if you want to create an inverted index, what to do? Tokenization, the first process I said. Remember, tokenization. So how do you tokenize? Here, each word, each unique word we write in the index. And now we split the word lowercase, remove punctuations, and then tokenize it. After this is the tokenization is done. Now you have to find out, okay, which are the words, how many occurrence of which, and in which document. So look at this here. Winter is coming only one time in the Stark document. It is two time, two documents, like that. So this is called tokenization. Okay, this is called tokenization. Now,
so Rajesh, in tokenization, basically we are identifying the occurrences of the words, or what exactly we are doing apart from that?
tokenization, that means you have one file with the lots of words. So unique word will be taken from that document and put it in inverted index. And then in inverted index, that not only word will come, the occurrence of that word will come, and in which document. That's a mapping. So those whole things together, we call it a inverted index.
Okay.
Okay, so now this is the stuff. Now when you will do some sort of filters also. So how can you do the filter? Filter means something like here, what you did is shorted. Okay, shorted to so lookup is easy. So this is the sorting you did. Okay, this is the search. Now you're doing the search. So when you search winter, you get the results Stark. When you search fury, you get it one results. Here again fury. When you search for is, you get it two documents, Stark and Baratheon. For example, let me put it up in a simple way. For example, I go to the Google actually, right? Google.com, and I search for Rajesh. And here, how many results you got it? This one. And in each page, how many results you get it? Maybe probably 10, 15 or whatever it is. But let's say I want to search for a very specific word. Understand that? Do we have this keyword in anywhere in the Google index? Inverted. Google also has an inverted index. See, none of the documents. So that means this particular words you cannot find anywhere in the document which is inverted by, which is the index which is inverted by Google. Are you understanding?
Yeah.
Okay, so that is what you search for it and you get the documents results. If you look at this Google also, if you search for, let's say, DevOpsSchool, okay, and this is the results you get it here. So how many documents DevOpsSchool, the keyword is there? You can see that DevOpsSchool, that particular keyword you have in how many documents? Almost 30 documents right now. I can see, but it should be more, I guess. So that is the stuff. It should be more, but yeah. So about the 30 results which you got it here, right? Let me put the quote. Again, I'm getting only 30 results, but it should be more. Why inverted? Why is not coming? Maybe inverted index is not updated or something like that. It could be any reasons. Okay. So now this is the searches, how it works. Now, when you search coming or strong, then what will happen? Coming or strong means here you want to know either it should be coming, document with coming, or document with the strong, not together. So in Google also, first I'll type, let's understand this, DevOps or DevSecOps. Look at this, DevSecOps, and enter. Now here, if you see that only DevSecOps is here, DevOps not there. Here DevSecOps is there, DevSecOps is there. If you see that DevSecOps is there, here DevSecOps is there, DevOps is also there, but it could be one here. Okay, or so here DevSecOps is there. Here you see DevOps is there, and also DevSecOps is there. So now maybe because of relevance is also factoring. So like that. Now if you do the AND, then it should be coming both. Here you see DevOps and DevSecOps. See, DevOps is there, and look at this in here, DevSecOps is also there. See, DevOps is there, DevSecOps is there. DevOps is there, DevSecOps is there. Okay, DevOps is there, DevSecOps is there, right? So this is the way also the inverted index, when you search, you get the results. Okay, now what happens also, searches when you are using with the inverted indices, also find all words which is ending with ONG. Let's say you are searching for ONG. So partial search, also substring search also is available. So search for all words starting with the GNO. So that is also possible. Now if you see that here it's splitting the word also, improving the searches. Split words into the n-grams for substring searches. For example, when you search for yours, you may get a document with the yo, you, are, ours, yours. So substring with the n-grams also possible. Geohashes for geographical search is also possible. Algorithms such as metaphone for phonetic matching, and many things are there. So inverted index is an effective way to store the data and results, give you the results fastest way. Look at this here in this image. You have three documents. Though what we did, we created a document, we created an index of the unique word which has been used in the doc 1, 2, 3. And after that, we did some sort of filterizations, and that is the inverted index. So first one is, this one is a tokenization, this is a filterizations. Okay, look at this one more example here. This is the document 0, 1, 2, and here unique words you got it. Which document it has that here, an inverted index. Okay, this is one more example of the inverted index, and so many. So some people have misconception that inverted index is just a mapping of the word and document ID. Actually, it's not. Okay, the number of times the term occurred in the document is also important, play an important factor, and the length of the document also play the important factor. Okay, so now there is one more concept. We have a forward index. Okay, though in Elasticsearch session we are talking about the inverted index, but there's the forward index also, and you can compare between the forward index and inverted index. Okay, so overall these are the process. We look at this from the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. So first thing, client send the document to the Elasticsearch. So in the step number 2, it's the Elasticsearch receive the document, and then Elasticsearch tokenizations and tokenizations of the document is happening, and then creating an index. In the step number 4, here what happens, store inverted index in the buffer until buffer is full, and then step number 5, plus inverted index from the buffer to shard segment, that means permanent storage. And 6, once the segment is full, become an immutable inverted index. And then once the segment is full, is given a shard, it is eligible for search, it's immutable. Okay, so these are the phases what we do in Elasticsearch. That means document is being stored, creating a tokenization, then buffered until, and buffer after that shard, and all stuff like that. So these are whole flow. Okay, so question, what I'm trying to say here is inverted index is at the heart of search engine, and Elasticsearch also uses the inverted index concept. Are you understanding?
Yeah, Rajesh, come again.
Yeah, so I'm saying inverted index is the heart of any search engine, and Elasticsearch uses the inverted index concept for storing all the documents.
Okay.
Okay, so now how do we implement the search for the site? Simple. So one of the products you might be knowing about it, that's called Apache Lucene. This is a very powerful for indexing and search library for a high performance full text search. So now you must be thinking why I'm talking about Apache Lucene. So you know what? Apache Lucene is open source, free to use, written in Java and ported to other languages also. And the same tool is empowering many other products also. Okay, many other products also. So just like Hadoop in the distributed computing world, Lucene is the nucleus of several technology built around, such as Solar. So Solar is one of the product which is built on Lucene. Much, which is built on Lucene. CreateDB, which is built on Lucene. So Elasticsearch also built on Lucene. That means Elasticsearch uses the Lucene as an engine for distributed search analytics engine. Are you understanding? Hello.
Yeah.
So now let's get into the Elasticsearch. So what is Elasticsearch? These are the companies. These are the major companies who's using Elasticsearch. It can be used by IT. It can be used by DevOps person. Elasticsearch is one of the preferred tool for the market also. Okay. Now, in order to learn Elasticsearch, you don't need experience, but yeah, some of the things will be added advantage. For example, working with the Windows or Linux, pretty straightforward command line operations and NoSQL experience and stuff like that. So what is Elasticsearch? It's an open source search analytics engine written in Java and built on Apache Lucene. Okay, it has some of the functionality distributed. That means you Elasticsearch clusters you can set up at the large number of hosts, highly available. Yes, multi copies of data it can be stored as part of the cluster. You can access the Elasticsearch using RESTful APIs, CRUD and stuff like that. It can be done. Again, if you want to do the queries to Elasticsearch, powerful query DSLs are available, and it's a schemaless index without an explicit schema. Okay, so yes, Elasticsearch we can use for the any site searches as such for the any website and so on. Okay, so using Elasticsearch you can mine the log data for insight. You can also create a price alert for platform. You can also do the business analytics and intelligence. Many things you can do that. So now the question is, how can we start working with the Elasticsearch? So now you have to decide whether you want SaaS, standalone or orchestrations. SaaS means the software is available in the cloud and you can store everything in the cloud and you can do the API call to do the CRUD and the query searches and stuff like that. Standalone, the one which I did in the last sessions, also you can install in the on-prem. You can orchestrate also to make it distributed and highly available. Okay, some of the pricing you can see that's hardly it matters to us now because we are learning Elasticsearch. Okay, so these are the subscription available. Probably I'll ask you to check it offline. Open source, basic, gold, platinum, enterprise, and the difference between these you can check it out. Okay, so Elasticsearch, we also call it ELK stake. In the last session I talked about it. Elasticsearch for the stored search analysis, Kibana for visualization and management, and so on. Okay, so how can we install the Elasticsearch? So this is what I will show you. I will show you the demo for this, some of the prerequisite, how to run it, how to install it in Windows, Linux, and so on, and stuff like that. Mind it, Elasticsearch cannot be run using a root user. It has to be known root user. So it's important. So yep, we'll show you the how to set up and stuff like that. The port number you must remember for API. If you want to access the Elasticsearch, 9200 is the REST API port number. But if you want to set up a distributed HA and stuff like that for the multi-node clusters of Elasticsearch, the management port is 9300. Okay, so these are the port specifications. How to run, I think in the last demo also I've shown you how to run the Elasticsearch and stuff like that and so on. So yes, because I have already shown you the demo of how to install the Elasticsearch, now let's go and start understanding about the basic concept of Elasticsearch. So guys, in Elasticsearch, almost you will have almost near to real-time searches, very low latency, less than a second from the time a document is indexed until it's become searchable. Okay, some of the terminology you must remember: index, type, document, field, and mapping. Index, if you want to correlate with DBMS, then database. Type means you can say table. Document means you can say row, and column you can say field. And schema means which is a mapping between the all this field. So yep. Now you should also talk about the node. What is a node then? In Elasticsearch, if you set up a multi-node clusters, node means one machine. It represents one physical server or one virtual server when one copy of the Elasticsearch is running. It can be single server, store all of your data, perform indexing, allow searches, and always each node has a unique ID and its name in the cluster. Okay, what is a cluster? So multiple nodes coming together and create a cluster. So this is nothing but a collection of node holds the entire index data, has a unique name. Nodes join a cluster using the cluster name. So cluster is identified by unique name, which is by default is called Elasticsearch. This name is important because a node can only be a part of the cluster if the node is set up to join the cluster by its name. Okay, document, the whole bunch of documents that need to be indexed so that can be searched. That's a document. You can have a document such as catalog document, reviews document, and so on. Okay, each documents you may have some fields, title, description, comments, and these are the fields. This can be types. So here documents are divided into categories or types. By the way, multiple types are deprecated in the Elasticsearch 6 version. So 7 you will have only one type, which I'll show you that during the doing the things. Index. All of these types of document make up an index. Simple. So different types of document, but yeah, I told you right. There's one statement for this. Just a second, guys. So all of these types of documents makes up an index. So index, collections of similar document, identify by name, any number of indices in a cluster, multiple indices for grouping. So one index, when we have one index, it's called index. But when we have multiple index, you call it indices. Okay, remember. So any number of indices in a cluster, you may have it. Okay, type we discuss about it, logical partitioning of the documents, user defined grouping semantics, documents with the same field belong to one type.
And
Multiple
Rajesh, yeah, sorry to interrupt you. So when you say type, so is it means the type of fields, okay, or is it a type of documents?
type of
Means
document, type of document,
okay, okay,
type of
and
document. For example, I'll put it up in this way. Type of document means, let's say this is your website, this is my website. Okay, this is my website. Now if you want to see, this can be a body, this is one type. Here there's a footer, there's one type, and this is a feature classes, there's one type, like that. If you go to amazon.com, reviews is a one type of document. A product catalog is another type of documents. So like that.
okay, so that means in that document, if there are 10 fields, okay, so the type can be different of that fields. Some fields
Yeah,
can be text, some field can be integers.
yeah. So each type you'll have a multiple fields for it.
Yeah, okay, okay.
And
But
document, I think we understand.
in Elasticsearch 8, actually I have installed Elasticsearch 8 in my Windows machine. Okay, in that when I create index, so type is not mandatory. It's automatically taking underscore doc as in type.
um, uh, Type is mandatory, but
Mhm,
that's the reason is coming by default. So by default
mhm.
is taking, if you're not giving documents any type, that automatically will take a doc. But type you can set it up like X, Y, Z, whatever it is.
Okay, okay.
One type is allowed in Elasticsearch 7 and 8. It
Mhm,
got deprecated, multiple type got deprecated in a uh,
mhm.
6.
Okay.
Document, I think we understand the basic unit
Mhm,
of information to be indexed, expressed in JSON, reside within an index, assigned to a type within an index. Within an index, you can store as many documents you want. These are the list of documents which you have. You see the different types of documents. By the way, let me tell you here, this is a multiple documents. But I repeat, this slide is little old. Multiple types of document is not allowed. Please remember, I am correcting myself. Okay, so here you see the multiple documents are there, but you see the multiple types, but it's not allowed actually. So only one type of document, multiple documents is in an index you can see. So this is a one type of document. Now guys, what will happen? Remember that there is one node. Okay, understand that in a simple way. There is one node, index is stored there. So if you store too much of data, too much of document, then that node cannot hold the too much of data. So what do we do? What do we do? So that's the way we have to create a distributed one, distributed cluster. That means instead of storing the documents, instead of storing the index in one node, let's store in a 2 node, 3 node, 5 node, 5, 6, 10 node. That's called clustering. That's called distribution. That's distributed concept. That means index is not stored in the one node but multiple node. So what do we do? We convert into shard concept. That means there is a one. You look at this, my cursor. This is the one index containing this many documents, and this we divide into multiple node, 1 node, 2 node, 3 node. Split the index across the multiple node in the cluster like this. So in this, when you divide, you split the index into the multiple small component, what we call it, sharding. So this is here 4 types of documents you have here, 3 documents here you have here, and 4 documents you have here. Will you remember this index versus sharding, all of you?
Yeah, basically what I understand that we are just dividing one index into multiple shards, right?
Yes.
Uh,
Because you can't store all the documents in one index in the one node, because there is a limitation with the storage, right?
okay.
Got it?
Yeah.
Okay. So yes, these are the things. By the way, let me tell you, when you search the index, this parallel, the searches happen in the parallel. That means you can save a time also. So you don't have to search the entire 10 documents, rather than you are searching only 3 documents each node. This search in parallel on multiple nodes. Okay, now you know what? Let's say any of these shards, if get compromised, there is a problem for the index, because you may lose the document. So what to do? We have to make a HA, high availability. So what happens while setting up the clusters? You do what? You replicate the shards into the different nodes. Look at this here. So you replicate, you create a replicas of that particular shard and stored in the different nodes. So that way HA can be possible. So if the one node is getting down, you have a second node or third node or whatever it is. So you can set the how many replicas you want and stuff like that. So in this way, you can set up a HA, high availability, in case of node fails. Okay, so scale search volume throughput by searching multiple replicas also possible. So yes, we understood the shard and replicas. An index can split into multiple shard. A shard can be replicated to 0 or more times. An index in Elasticsearch has a 5 shard, 1 replicas by default. That's the default setting. You can increase or decrease. Okay, so sharding is important for 2 primary reasons. It allows you to horizontally split, scale your content volume. It allows you to distribute and parallelize the operation across shards, potentially on multiple nodes, thus increasing performance and throughput. Whereas replication is important for 2 primary reasons. It provides high availability in case of shard node fails, and for this reason, it is important to note that the replica shard is never allocated on the same node as the original primary shard that is copied from. It allows you to scale out your search volume throughput, since searches can be executed on all replicas in parallel. Okay, so index with the 2 primary shard and 1 replicas can scale out with the 4 nodes. This is the architecture. You can see that. By the way, this you can design yourself also. How many shards, how many replicas, how many nodes you can have. See that here, adjust the number of replicas to balance the load between the nodes. Here you have you see, look at this. This is the primary, this is the replicas, this is the one shard, this is the replica, and so on. Okay,
So,
so summary.
Rajesh, whether it is sharding or replication, both can only happen if there are multiple nodes, right? If there is a
That's
single
correct,
node, there
100%.
is pointless.
Yeah, both can happen only if you have a multiple nodes. One node clusters, there's no point of view. Okay, so yes, we understood that. So let's have some things here. Look at this. Yes, so in Elasticsearch, we talk about the index, we talk about the type, we talk about the document, we talk about the field and mapping. Okay, so if you want to correlate, you understand that I have done it already. Summary, index can be converted to two shards, and each shards will store in a different node, and the shards will have a documents and by ID, type, and dot. And in a cluster,
So,
you may have multiple node, node 1, node 2, node 3, and that is how it is being done.
Rajesh,
Look
can
at this
you
here.
explain that mapping part? Mapping.
Yes, mapping is the relationship between the for the fields. Look at this
So
here. So
do we
cluster,
need to define mapping when we are creating index?
correct, yes.
Okay.
Yeah. So here we have a cluster which contains the three nodes. Each node, I mean clusters, you have a multiple index, like a book is one index, authors is an index. Each index you can convert to multiple shards, and shards you have a documents like that. Each shards you have a documents. I hope it's clear. So now you must be familiar with the clusters, indices, shards, and documents. All of you are clear?
Yeah.
Yeah, so now download and install Elasticsearch on local system. I have demoed it, so I'm not going to repeat the same thing. Configure and install single node Elasticsearch. I have demoed it already. Monitor the health of your cluster using HTTP request. I'll show you this one, and so on. So now, second thing is we need to understand the CRUD operations. Okay, so now we have understood some of the terminologies used in Elasticsearch. Now, once the Elasticsearch is up and running, okay, what we are going to do? Basically, we are going to do nothing but CRUD. CRUD means create, read, update, and delete documents in inverted index. That's called index. Okay, so that is what you are going to do. Now, the question is, how can we do CRUD? Okay, how can we do that? So as part of these sessions, I'm going to teach you operations on indices and index documents. So how to read the documents, how to update the documents, how to delete the documents. Also, I'm going to teach you some of the bulk operations on index document and bulk creation of indices from the JSON data. So yes, now the question is, how do you connect Elasticsearch? Remember, I'm talking about Elasticsearch. Do not think about ELK. Okay, the one which I showed you in the last session. Do not think about it. I'm only talking about Elasticsearch. How can you connect? So guys, there are a lot of ways you have. You can connect to the Java, you can connect to the JavaScript, Ruby, Net, PHP, Perl, Python, Ruby, or any other programming languages. RESTful APIs with Elasticsearch. This is supported with a RESTful API. Basically, you can use any method to connect with the RESTful API, including the curl. Okay, so Elasticsearch uses REST API to administrate the cluster, perform CRUD operation, and searches. That means Elasticsearch has an API which can be used for anything such as CRUD, cluster management, searches, or any other operations also. Okay, so yep. So for that, RESTful API, check your clusters, node, index, health status, and statistics. You can do that. Administrator can manage your node, clusters, index data, and metadata. You as a developers can also do the CRUD operations on the indices, and someone can search also, execute advanced search operations such as paging, sorting, filtering, scripting, aggregation, and many other things can be done through API. That means, in a simple way, what I'm trying to say is, for everything, RESTful API is for Elasticsearch 9200 port number. Remember that. So yes, how can you send the data? So data is sent to and received from the server in a JSON format. Remember that. So when you use the RESTful APIs, it's been sent to and received in JSON format. And in these sessions, I'm going to use not a programming language, but a curl is a tool which allow you to transfer the data from and to a server using variety of protocol. Which are the protocols supported by curl? So it's curl supports multiple protocol like HTTP, FTP, Gopher, IMAP, LDAP, and etc. But today in these sessions, we'll use HTTP protocol. So how do we access the Elasticsearch? Simple, you know that. Using the 9200 port number, you can do the get, post, put, and delete. It's a RESTful. It's a CRUD. C, create. You can use a post for it. R, get. you update, put for it and delete like that. So how do we access? Using get method, post method, put method, delete method. Okay, now if you want to know a little bit more about the REST HTTP method and all, you can read it offline. Okay, and these are the things which we are going to do that. Remember that these are the HTTP method and their meaning. So get means read data, post means insert data, put or patch means update data or insert if new IDs are there, and delete data, further delete. Again, look at this one more perspective, put versus post versus patch. So put means insert a new resources or update if the resources exist. Post means insert a new resources, also it can be used to update an existing resources. Okay, and patch, update the resources with the partial update and instruction. So patch is like partial update and instruction. Post basically insert a new resources, also can be used to update an existing resources and stuff like that. Look at this here, which are the method? Again same method but in a different perspective. Idempotent, safe, which are safe. So yes, get method is idempotent and safe. Post method idempotent no, safe no. Put idempotent yes, safe no. Delete yes, no. Patch no, no. Head idempotent yes, safe yes. Options, these are the two more additional things we added here in the slides. So yes, please understand that these are the verbs which we use using curl to talk to the Elasticsearch over the 9200 port. So get, retrieve information, get request must be safe and idempotent, meaning regardless of how many times it repeats with the same parameter, the results are same. They can have a side effect, but the user does not expect them, so they can not be critical to the operation of the system. Request can also be partial or conditional. Example, post, create plus update. Post, remember you can create and update also. So create the resources that the URI do something with the provided entity. Often post is used to create a new entity, but it can be also used to update entities also. Whereas put also you can use for the create and update, but there's some difference here. Store an entity at URI. Okay, URI, put and create. Put can create new entity or update existing one. Put request is idempotent. Idempotency is the main difference between the expectation of put versus post. Okay, and delete, we know that. So now again, little bit of more perspective of the put versus post. In Elasticsearch we get confused. So the two commands are not at all the same. The first one with a put will update the full document. Remember, full document, not only the field you are sending. Remember, using the put you can create a document, that's okay, but you can update the full document, not the only the field you are sending. Whereas the second one with the post will do the partial updates. Remember, using post you can create, but update with a partial update and only the update the field we are sending, and not touch the other ones already present in the document. So remember that post will create a document, new document, but post can do the partial update, whereas put can also create a new document, but it will do the full update. Are you understanding? All of you?
Yeah.
Hello?
Yeah.
Okay. So guys, how do we use it? So how do we use it? So here, this is the way you can use it. When you want to use the Elasticsearch, look at this. Curl -x verb which can be get, post, put, head and delete. Protocol, it can be HTTP, HTTPS and all. Host IP address, port number 9200. Path will be of index. Sorry, path will be of API what you are trying to access, and including the index. Okay, and query string, whatever you want to query, and the body of which. So this is the format of your. This is the format of Elasticsearch query request. Okay, so that means if you want to work with directly with the Elasticsearch, this is the way you can access. Okay, so understand that here put is your action, index is a index where the action will happen, type is what kind of documents, and ID on which documents it has to be. Put will create a document and it will do the full updates also if it exists. If it not exist, it will create a full document. So look at this here. Put is a verb, Twitter development is a index, tweet is a type, one is a document ID. Are you comfortable?
So type we can give anything.
Anything.
Yeah. Okay. And ID, document ID is mandatory, or it will default, it will take
So
document.
understand that if the document ID is not provided, and if you're doing the post, it will create it. But for the put, it has to be there. The document has to be exist.
Okay.
Look at this complete document also. Here your tweet is a field, Elasticsearch is a cool is a content value, name is a type, name is a field and value. So this is the format of JSON format. This data will look like. Look at this. So when you run put, it has created one documents. Basically, you said this document will be created document number 1. So this document has been created with that content in the index Twitter development. You want to get the same document, look at the Twitter tweet number 1 and all. Similarly, you can do same way also. So look at this here. If you want to search, there's an API calls _search. If you want to search multiple index, look at the second line. If you want to search based on the pattern or the multiple index, third line. If you want to search only in the type, fourth line. If you want to search in the same index, multiple types, which is fifth one is deprecated, forget about it. Sixth one is also deprecated. So because multiple types is not allowed in Elasticsearch anymore, older version. If you want to delete the document, this is the way, X delete. Look at the document ID at the end of it. So here Twitter is a index, tweet is a type, document number 1 you are deleting. If you want to delete index, look at the second line. And if you want to do some queries and stuff like that, look at this third line. I'll show you that, don't worry about that. So by the way, sorry. Here your third line, you are deleting. I did not read this. So you're deleting what? So you're deleting the Twitter index, tweet type, and then a term, any document which is with a term which is called name developer. So you're deleting that document multiple based on the queries. Okay, so some of the HTTP stages you should know. What is that? What does that mean? 200, 204, 301, 401, and so on. So I think more or less we understand this
What is
document, but I'll put it in this way. 2x is for the success, 3x is for like a client error, 3x is basically for movement of the URL, 4x is basically a client error, 5x is basically server error.
Rajesh, you mentioned about term. What is that term?
What is that?
Term, TERM. Yeah.
Okay, term is a way. Okay, term is basically a way to query. There's a query API. You see that query API _query. In the query, there's a few kind of searches which we have: term searches or script searches, and a few more searches which I'll talk about it. So basically, here you are searching the term, any document where the name, the field name value has a developer deleted. So that's a query parameter. That's a query APIs which has a term in a document. This is the way you write it for searching or deleting.
Okay.
Okay. So now we'll do the demo and all this stuff. So let me do the demo, all this stuff. So what I'm going to do is VMware or VirtualBox. Now I forgot which machine I used for Elasticsearch. Let me just search for it. You remember which machine I had used last time? I forgot actually. Let me see that. root Rajesh 123, and I think it's no, I think it's not. Just give me 2 seconds because I have a setup already, so why to waste time? Root Rajesh 123 and done. So I don't think so. Here you have. Let's do one thing. Let's not waste time. Uh, let's let me try one more time. Last time. Last time.
Rajesh, can you get hands-on during the session actually? Yeah, at least it will be easy for us to
No,
understand.
live hands-on. We will not be able to do that, but I'll share the recordings. Offline, you can do
Mhm.
that. Observe the error if you.
Okay, actually, I have a Windows machine. Okay,
Okay,
so
okay. No, anyways, I'll show you that.
mhm.
Okay, so I think I'm not able to get it, so forget about that. Let's not waste time. And hi, I'm going to have this one. So, okay, so I'm going to start it. Okay, 11. Okay, so I'm going to connect with 11. SSH Rajesh 192.168.1.11 and sorry, root. I'm just trying. Okay, just a second. User add Rajesh PASSWD Rajesh 123 Rajesh 123. Okay, so okay, so Rajesh, there's some problem in this machine. No problem, I'll fix it. -ili. start dot okay, so hopefully this should be okay now. Yeah, done. Rajesh 1 2 3. I've logged in now, and let me check this, and I'm going to install the Elasticsearch. Little old, but that's what. So I'll just search for Elasticsearch, install DevOps. Enter, and here it is. Now I'll just do in front of you once again. So copy. Remember that you have to be non-root user for it. So just so Rajesh 1 2 3. So root Rajesh 1 2 3. Enter. I'm installing this application which required the things, but Elasticsearch need that non-root user access.
So you are installing Elasticsearch 8, 8.1 or 8.2?
No, 7.
7, okay.
Yeah. So here, exit, enter, download this 7. 8 has some security stuff. So I don't want to complicate your learnings process in the security immediately. First learn the functionality, and then we'll get into the security parameters.
Yes, I am facing some that certificate issue. That is the
Yeah.
problem.
Username and certificate stuff is enabled by default, so you have to enable it. So first I'll teach you how to search and all. Then we'll move on to set up the secure authentication authorizations and all certificates.
Okay, okay, okay.
Because initially, once you get lost in this password, URL, and stuff like that, you're learning, so you lose the interest in learning.
Yeah, yeah.
So all these things I've documented. You just have to do it with a care. So CRUD, I'm going to teach you CRUD today. DSL tomorrow. I mean DSL next class. CRUD itself is like long, so I'll do that.
So today till what time the session will be there?
I think it should be 1 hour. Should be okay.
Okay, so 9
I
o'clock
mean
will
1
be.
more hour, I guess.
Oh, 1 more hour. Okay, okay.
Okay, so now here I got this, and let's extract it, all these documents. You'll have a documents and steps and recordings also. You should be able to do that. I don't think so you'll start. The important thing is the understanding, because you can't remember all these commands yourself. You have to copy paste. It's pretty huge command actually for this. So I'm going to start this Elasticsearch, and finally I'm going to check this Elasticsearch in whether it's running or not. So yeah, it's running. Now what to do? So I'm going to check this Elasticsearch using this command, which is this. Just ignore it. That's all. Installation, because this is a cluster setup. I don't want to get lost in this. So what to do? So just check this here, the endpoints, which is this one. You just go through this and this one. So curl http localhost and 9200. 9200. It will take few seconds of time, okay, but it should be it. You should be getting it. Elasticsearch is running. I see that. So it should just take some time. Have a little bit of patience on this. And here it is. So this is a single node cluster. Name of the cluster is Elasticsearch. This is the node name, node ID. It's a unique ID for the each node. This is the name of the machine, and these are some of the information. So yes, it's a single node clusters we got up and running. Now what to do? So now you will search for Elasticsearch. Just search for Elasticsearch. Enter. This spelling mistake, by the way. Elasticsearch. Elasticsearch. Enter. So here what you need to do is like you have to do this first thing, which is CRUD. So where is this? This is the one. Okay, I'll share with you all this stuff. Don't worry about that. This is the CRUD. So this document is for the CRUD. Are you able to see my screen, all of you?
Yes,
Chairman,
Rajesh.
are you able to see?
Yes.
Yeah. So here just copy paste. That's all. You can't type it all this command. This is just for checking this cluster is up and running or not, and you get this output. Now you want to check the health of it, right? So there's one command. This is not for checking health, but this will print. This API will print all the functionality available in Elasticsearch. Yes, I repeat, all the APIs available, all the features available in Elasticsearch, you will get it here. For example, look at this cat and allocation, shards, master, nodes, tasks, indices, segments, count, recovery. All these APIs are available. By the way, we can get more APIs also if you install the latest version. So yes, look at this, all this functionality of Elasticsearch. Here it is. Now, these are your tasks. You need to know exactly what you need to do. So shard management, master management, node management, task management, index management, segment management, counting the documents, this, that, and all, recovery, health, API, aliases, thread pool, and many more actually. Templates, snapshot, repository, node platters, node atters, and all stuff like that. This is your job actually to know that. Okay, so after this, you want to know what? You want to know master server. So this command will give you the master servers. Please read this, don't rush. This command will give you the master server. Yes, here it is a master server ID, host, IP address, localhost, and stuff like that. Now, let me tell you here, you can find out the help also if you don't understand this. So here, see here, ID means node ID, host means host name, IP means IP address, node means node name. So that way you get a shortcut while displaying the results, but you can also get a help for each end. Look at the pattern here. This is for verbose mode, and this is the API cat master, and here health. Okay, and any two parameters you added, it should be conjunction with this exclamations. Sorry, not exclamation, question mark. Okay, now you want to see the only header. See here, you are doing only, give me the notes. So if I type here, clear the screen. Okay, there is a problem in that. Nodes and nodes verbose mode. There's many modes are there. Oh, what is happening? Oh, sorry, I'm not closing actually. See here. Now this you want the header. Header is missing actually. So you want header. So do one thing. See here. You want more information. You want to see only partial stuff. So do it like that. So this is the way you have to learn CRUD. I'm just reading it. It's all about get. Remember get. Okay. So this is the URL for checking the health. Look at this cluster health pretty format. Means this is human readable format. Pretty format. See here. This is good. Health of the clusters. You see that status, data nodes, shards. You see all this information you have here and stuff like that. So yes, you slowly will get to know all this stuff. I'm not rushing to read everything because you lose the interest again. So yeah, so verbose mode, you want to see the health. See, so whichever way you like, pretty mode, verbose mode, whatever you like, do that. If you want to know all the health options available here, see here, these are the, you see this line, can you see epoch, timestamp, cluster, state, all these things. If you don't understand, no problem, help API is there which will help you to understand everything. So what is the epoch mean? Timestamp, cluster, status, node total, and blah blah blah. You have a right side. These are the middle one is a shortcut. Right side you have a complete explanations. So like that. Now you want to query the nodes. How many nodes? Though you have only one nodes, by the way. So here it is. Again, look at in the pretty format. This is same one, by the way. Verbose format. Whichever you like that. And if you want to know, understand the hell of that field, see that pretty long one. You have to read this one. Okay. So because you can't understand this one, right? You can't understand what exactly each of these fields are. Look at this. What is the IP, heap percent, RAM percent, CPU, load, this, that, and all. What exactly that means? Health. And you will have a complete explanations in the right side. Are you understanding, all of you?
Yes.
Hello?
Yes.
So now this is the way. In a JSON format, if you want to see that, here it is. And so on. So like that, you can do the sharding also. You see that you can do the cat masters also, same API. If you want to list out all the index, though I think I have not created any index. So list out all the index. Here it is. Look at this. There's no index. You want to see that in the verbose mode. You want to see in the help of this each field which you can't understand. Here it is. And JSON and pretty format. So now these are the basics APIs using that you can query and understand the clusters information. Now from here we'll start the CRUD operations. CRUD, CRUD. Are you comfortable so far?
Yes.
Yep. So now what to do? So look at this format. This format you have to respect. These are the verbs you have to understand. This is the protocol we discussed, and these are the HTTP response we need to understand. And with that, let's do that. So how do I list out all the indexes? This is the command. Okay, practice it, you'll get perfections. Do I have any index? So I think I have one index. Now index I'm having it, but I have not created. It's a GeoIP database. Some, I don't know, maybe default or something. Okay, so can we create an index? Look at my screen. Put. So using put, you are creating index, and here products. Name of the index is product. Pretty format. Created on index. See here, acknowledge true. Sharding acknowledge true. Index products. And clear the screen. Here it is. This is the index product. UUID. All these primary replicas, documents, and stuff like that you have. So this is the way you create index. You want to create one more index. Clear the index. Here, created another one. You want to create. This is the creation put. You want to get this index. Again, you run this. Again, you want to create some more index here. Customer, create it. You want to create orders of it. Create it. So these are the codes to create indices. You want to list out and also on stuff like that. So understood, guys, how to create an index, all of you? Hello.
Yeah.
Yes.
Now how do we put the documents into it? So look at this here. Put what? Modules. Sorry, products. This is the index name. What is this type? Document number 1. This is the format you have to follow. Is a JSON body, and this is your document. Document field value, and also on. This is a structured one. Okay, so I'm putting this one documents in the index. See, created. You see that document ID 1, version 1, created, products, movers, created. Now this is the output, you got it. Let me create another document, document number 2. Copy, paste it. I created another document. So total, I've got the 2 documents and stuff like that. So now remember that, look at this here. This is the product laptops. It's a different type, same index. You can't create it. Why? Let me show you the error. Because from the 6.0, the multiple types is deprecated. See that. So same index, multiple types is not allowed. So remember that. There's an error. You'll get it. Here, there's one more. If you have created product temp index, then you can feed these documents also. So product temp means there is one index which I don't, I'm not able to recall if I run it, but product temp is there. Here it is. Let me run this, creating the indexes. Paste it. It's already exists. So I'll go here and feed the documents again. Same way I'm doing this repeat work. Look at this product here, document 1. Copy, clear the screen, and done, created. Okay, again documents 2, you see that. Enter, done, created. Now if you look at this here, every time here I pass the documents, document ID. But here, remember that I'm using the post this time. Okay, remember for the put, you have to have a document ID where the document will be created. But for the post, you just need to have a URI actually. So here you look at this, every time the document was, you see the 2 or whatever it is. But if I use the post and do not give the any document ID, exact URL, so it will create a new one. So look at this here. Look at this here, ID. So it's randomly generated ID, which you got it. Understood? So post, URI is not needed. Put, for anything, URI, complete URL is needed. Understood, all of you? Hello?
Yes.
Yeah. So now here, products, mobile type, 4th document I'm feeding. So each document like that, you can feed this. By the way, this all the API call, you can call it from programming language also. And see here. Done. So now, guys, I did, and I showed you the put versus post also. We discussed through the slides also. I will request you to read this document also, so understand the put versus post. Now, what to do? So you're going to fetch the whole documents. You want to see the list of indices. So again, I'm running some of the commands the repeat way, but don't mind. So this is the list of indices. I have 2 or 3 field, two indices which I created. One I got it earlier. Now you want to see the documents 1. Remember, get type index type document ID, and you can get all this. The document 1. See here, this is the document 1. Same way, you want to see in the pretty format. So look at this here. See, this is the pretty format. This is the meta information, and this is your source of the documents. Okay, so these are the stores in the meta information. Okay, so you want to see 2, 3, 4. You can see that. You want to see other index, other type, other documents, pretty format. You can see that. So now, how do we count the number of documents in the index? One of this thing is like count API. You can use it. So now here total. Here I'm counting total documents which I got created. Total 6 documents I have it in entire cluster. Okay, but you want to count in the products. I think 3 or 4. I don't remember though. I think 4. Okay, so like this you can do this. Now can you fetch using partially? See, I created a document, I read the document, I created a document with data ID with ID and all stuff like that. Can we fetch this? Can we see that partially? Yes, get, and you have to decide whether you want it. So here if you see that, this you understand that by now. Here if you want the source to be disabled, that means source means what? Source means this is the source. You want the source to be disabled, only the meta information, then do it like this. Enter. See that only metadata, source is disabled. But if you want to filter it by source name and review, only 2 fields you should see with the source. and here see only 2 fields are there. Okay, if you want to see that more fields followed by, and look at this, see here, 1 2 3 fields. So like that you can also fetching the partial documents. You want to update the whole or partial documents, so how can you do that? So look at this here. So for the put, you require the URL for sure. So here this is document number 13 I'm pushing, product mobiles. Okay, so this is the whole document I'm pushing, whole documents I'm updating. Remember that 13. Okay, I created doc ID 1 created. Now you know what you should do. First you should check this out. So get it. Look at this here. Get it. Get it. See here. So there's a mistake here. 13. See here. This is the 13. And do you want to update full document or partial documents? So remember that put will always update the whole documents. Whole documents. Mind it. Whole documents. How do I prove it? So you just copy this whole things and put in the notepad, and here 1 1 1 1 1 1 I'm adding just to make a difference. So you see that see that updated, and if you see that version 2 it got improved, and when you see that, see here 1 1 1 1 1 1. So it entirely update the whole documents. Put can do the partial updates. Remember that. So partial update, how can you do that? So you can use the post, okay, and there is a one API for the partial update is update API. Okay, so partial updates using the updates API with the post combination. Remember that. So here you want to only update. Let me first show you the document number 2. So we'll remember that. So here I'm showing you here. Look at this, and remember this dog colored black. So do you have a field name dog colored black? No. So I'm going to introduce that partial update. I'm adding a one new field, color and data value. Okay, and document number 2. Remember. So here, clear the screen and see updated. Okay, below, and here see here, added one new field. So now using the post you can do the partial updates also, and so on. So here you can add, you can update the existing fields also. So review is the existing field, by the way. See here, and texture is the new fields. So again run this here. Remember that update API, post combinations, and clear the screen. Here it is. See updated version number 3, and look at this documents. See here, this one got added, and here you see you added review this one, best Android phone here. So yes, this is, you can do the partial updates also. Now here you can do the updates using the update API with the scripting also. What is the scripting basically? So here you can do the manipulations work. This call this one you got transformations. So the size is 8. Look at this, size is 8. So this is the product shoe index. Shoe is a type, document number 1. So did we create this product shoe? I don't remember that. Let me go top. No, I don't think so. Product shoe I created. So I'll just go and top and create a product shoe also. So how do we do that? So products, product gem, and here I have not created product shoe. Let me create it. So clear the screen, paste it instead of products. Let me go back to the down and script method. Here. So product hyphen show, enter. So this created. Now I'm fishing the documents, update, pretty, and I'm adding it. So here, first thing, you're creating a document, put with this entry, size is 8, remember that. So this is creating a documents, and here created document number 1. Now I'm going to using the update API with the script. So here it was doc, remember this was a doc, and here is a script. So scripting, what are you going to do? You want to increase by 4, so it should be 12. So let's do this. So transformation also you can do something like that. See here, updated, and let's check it out here. Clear the screen. Here it is. Look at this. 12. So this way you can do the transformation also using the script, and so. Now, how do we delete the documents? So if you want to delete a single individual documents, X delete. And if you want to delete some more, you can delete. If you want to delete one more way, here X head and stuff like that, and you want to delete the entire index, first look at the index, list of index, and you want to delete the orders. Orders, do we have it? No. Product shoe, you can delete the product shoe, which is here. Copy, paste, done. Now you see that it's done. Product shoe is not got deleted, by the way. Acknowledged. Okay, there's a spelling mistake here. Products, remember that. Products, products. So it got deleted actually. Yeah. So like that. So guys, did you understand how do you do CRUD with a single documents? You can create a single documents, you can update the documents, you can update the entire documents, you can do the partial documents, you can read the documents, entire documents, you can read the partial documents also, and filter, and you can do all this stuff. So are you able to understand that?
Yes.
All of you? Hello?
Yes. Yes.
Okay, so now I'm going to teach you how do you do the bulk operation. So here, Elasticsearch, type it, and lab2, which is here, bulk indexing. So now I taught you how to work with the one document, but usually you will have to work with the multiple documents. So how do you do that? So for that, you are going to use mget and bulk APIs. Okay, so look at this here. This way, you can search every document. These are words search actually. This will consume so much of memory if you have too many documents, but these are total documents. You can see that in one go. Okay, so this is search. Remember, this is search API. So here mget means multiple get. So you want to see that multiple documents. Okay, so see here docs. Okay, which index, what is ID, and all stuff like that. So here I don't know this index ID is there or not, but you can get it. So for example, this is the index ID. Okay, so you can replace with this here. So let me evolve this command in the notepad, and here.
So what exactly mget does?
Get means one, mget means multiple
Okay.
get.
Okay.
Got it?
Okay. If there are 100 index, it will give 100 uh, documents, right?
Yes, documents ID and all. So here
Mhm.
multiple get, and here you see you got it. This is a products mobile, this one, and products mobile document number 2. So here I got it. What is the document number 2? Document ID is this one. So that means in this document number 2 is not there, I think. So that's the reason you see false, found false. Document is 2 is not there. Okay, so like this, using mget you can do the multiple get, and you can try it out this one. Okay, and so on. Here now, how do you do indexing the multiple documents? So you can do through the JSON body, you can do through the file also. So now if you look at this here, this is the command. Let's understand this. See, look at this. So in the body itself, you can feed the whole documents. Here you have an index type shoe ID 3, index type shoe 4, and this is the content name, this is the one content. This is the one documents. Okay, so like that you can feed the documents also. And look at this, like this also you can feed that. This is the one documents, there's another documents, like that. So here product shoe, okay, we'll have a 2 documents created. Shoe, I don't think so. I am having, so I have to create a new documents altogether. So like that. Now automatically, if you want to generate the IDs, then this is the nice one. See here, don't put it up anything, just feed the documents automatically. The rest of the things will happen. So mobile is there with the type. So let me run this. This will work. So see here, created. Look at this ID and so on. So you can also use bulk API to insert, multiple documents. This is a bulk API. Okay. Now there's one easiest way which I'm going to show you. Let me show you the one file, and that is this file. So what you can do, you can feed all the JSON formatted version. So GitHub. I'm just looking for the Elasticsearch and sample data. Yeah. So this is the sample data. Now I'm going to get this one full JSON. This is the file. Look at this here. In this document, you have thousands of. In this file, you have thousands of document in a JSON format, and automatically IDs will be generated. Look at this here. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So this you also you can do through the bulk operations. What you do? I just download raw data in my machine. Go to wget. I downloaded this JSON file. Okay. See here, it's a JSON file. Now, how do you do through the bulk API? So what you want to do is you are going to using bulk API. You're going to feed all this here. Look at this here. Localhost customer will be index name, type is your personal, and these are some of the prerequisite binary format. File name is the file name, and done. So can I do that? So this is 1,000 documents in this file, remember. And done. Can I do the indices? Can I do the indices? Just a second, guys.
So basically, we are taking that all the documents from that file and inserting into Elasticsearch, right?
That's correct.
Okay. So how about this mapping and index indexing? How it will happen?
Just a second. Look at this. This is the
Mhm.
index, thousands of
Mhm.
document. Yeah. Now what you said?
This index ID, it is automatically created, right?
Yeah. Because I
Okay.
use
So
this one now. Look at
post.
this. See here, curl X
Yeah.
post.
Okay. 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 So if we cannot use put here because it's a bulk document, we
Yeah.
need to
So
give.
put for that you need to have those URL available.
Okay, ID is required. Okay. Uh, okay. And this document, what? that mapping index within index that documents should be there, and their mapping how it will happen means automatically it will take data based upon
Mapping here,
types.
one type of mapping. So it will be doc type.
Okay. Okay.
So guys, what I did so far, nothing great. Let me tell you, these things you will be doing through this thing will be doing through programs basically. Single document, you want to read it, store it, create it, update it, partial update, full update, bulk update, mget, and stuff like that. You will do through that. So which I showed you through the curl and stuff like that. The same thing you can do through the Java or any other APIs also. Got it, all of you?
Yes.
Yes.
Now, next sessions which I'm going to talk about is searches. How to search. Google search, if you know, there's something similar. I'm going to teach you how to search Elasticsearch and using DSL. DSL means domain specific language. So that's one of the advanced topic which we have, and for that we are going to connect next session. Any questions, Charbal? Any questions, Amit?
No, for me it's okay.
Okay, so I'm going to share the recordings with you, and we're going to meet up in the next sessions. Bye, everyone.
Yeah, Rajesh.
And is it confirmed? Sorry.
Yeah, tell me.
Just I'm asking, is it confirmed the next session when, which day?
I'll budge you in the WhatsApp group. Okay.
Okay.
Timing
Okay.
will be same, but I'll budge you in the WhatsApp group.
Okay. Okay.
Amit?
Yeah, Rajesh. Actually, I have installed this Elasticsearch in Windows machine. So that user ID and password I'm giving right now. Okay, it's working fine. And only problem is that regarding the certificates. So how to set up? I will show you the command which
So
I'm giving.
elastic.yaml. I would suggest you right now don't get into. Anyways, I'm going to cover that. So it'll become a
Okay.
duplicate session section. Anyways, I'm
Okay.
going to
Okay.
cover that. But yeah,
Okay.
just for time being, you have to create a certificates, set in the elasticsearch.yaml, and then from that you have to call it. So multiple configurations needed. Anyways, I'll cover that.
Okay. 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 No problem. Yeah. Okay.
Along with that, you can access our other tutorials such as Docker, Ansible, Jenkins, Terraform, Splunk, AWS, Azure, and various other DevOps related premium tutorials with our channel membership. If you would have any issues with our channel membership, you can drop an email to us at contact@devopschool.com, or you can also unsubscribe from channel membership anytime if you don't want to continue or did not like the video. To get our channel membership, click onto the join button, select the 3D99 plan, and grow your skills immensely. Please be kind enough to like it, and you can comment any of your doubts and queries. We will reply to them at the earliest. Thanks for watching.
Hello everyone. If you would like to access the remaining videos of this playlist of 50 plus more tools which are coming under DevOps, DevSecOps, SRE, DataOps, GitOps, etc. Kindly become our channel members by clicking on the joining button. You would have access to 100s of playlists and 1000s of videos lifetime access with this membership. Enjoy.